welcome if you're new. In today's video, I am so excited to share with you 6 Dollar Tree Halloween DIYs. It's getting really chilly in where I live and just fall is in the air. So you guys, I do love even to dress up as an adult for Halloween. It's just super fun. My kiddos love to go trick-or-treating and I'm excited to share those with you guys because I know some of you guys have kids and grandkids that love to go out trick-or-treating. So without further ado, let's get into these Halloween DIYs. Okay, you guys, here is my outfit of the day. I just have on some comfy black jeans, a long black top, my favorite Victorian overlay top because it keeps me super warm, and then my Dollar Tree scarf. For this first Dollar Tree Halloween DIY, we're going to take this piece of Christmas tree garland, and I'm just using this 6-inch deco mesh from Dollar Tree. This is a black deco mesh, and I'm just winding it in and around the garland. So you just use 2 pieces of the branches and you cross them over on themselves, and that kind of holds that garland in place. And then I'm going to get out this purple garland, or this purple deco mesh, and I'm just going to do the same thing, and I'm going to loop it over on itself wherever the black loops were. So you just continue to use 2 rolls of deco mesh on, this is probably about a 36 to 48 inch piece of garland, but you guys can get creative with this. It's the same one that I used in my fall DIY centerpiece. So what I'm trying to create is just a really beautiful Halloween decor centerpiece, and now I'm taking this Dollar Tree silver sparkling ribbon. This is actually Christmas ribbon, you guys. I had hauled this in my Christmas haul that I did about a week or so ago for you guys, and I'm just taking about 12-inch strips and I just tied that in to the garland as well. I'm just using the evergreen branches to keep these in place, and now I'm dovetailing the ends on this. And then I also had this Dollar Tree polka dot ribbon that I love, and I'm looping that into this as well. But you guys can get completely creative with this. Do not be afraid of deco mesh, you guys. It's super easy, and just add whatever colors you'll love to add in and make your decor beautiful. So now I'm adding it to this centerpiece. You guys, we created this little rose centerpiece out of a cereal box and some contact paper yesterday to kind of doll up the center of my table. And now I'm just adding those candlesticks that we made from the Target Dollar Spot. These are all DIYs that I'm going to link down below in my fall DIY series. And then remember, I hauled these black kind of scrolly frames from the Dollar Tree. These worked perfectly just to kind of, I guess, kind of frame out the ends of this table runner that I created yesterday. So I wanted to share with you guys how I used that table runner, and this is exactly how I'm doing it. Of course, you guys can see that a lot of it is covered with that huge deco mesh garland, but you guys know me, I go over the top with my decor, and so you guys can just see now I'm adding in this Dollar Tree mask that I painted, and also those cute little Dollar Tree pumpkins on either side are also a DIY, and then that pink skull I also painted. It's from the Dollar Tree. I'll also link my Halloween decor DIYs below as well, and look at how beautiful it came out, you guys. I'm absolutely loving this. My daughter came home from school today and she was so over the moon excited to see all of this Halloween decor. My kids do love to go trick-or-treating. They're a little bit older than when they were like little kids, you know, dressing up for Halloween, but they still do like to get dressed up and get in the spirit of just having fun and dressing up and trick-or-treating for candy. My dining room all decorated for Halloween. I'm leaving my witch hat wreath that I made in another DIY Halloween decor video on my inside door. I was going to put her outside, but she's so cute. I just really want to enjoy it in my dining room for a while. And then you can see that little burlap wreath that we created. It's actually not burlap, it's the paper bag wreath that we did in the 10 DIYs for that challenge. And I just added that cute little purple bat that I got from Dollar Tree, and they come in a 4-pack, the little purple bats, so I just added a couple to my garland as well. I thought they were so sweet and sparkling, and they look perfect with that deco mesh, and I was so excited, you guys, to use every single last piece of my Halloween decor that I had bought from Dollar Tree. I like to challenge myself and try to use everything that I already have. So for the next Dollar Tree Halloween DIY, we are going to make a really beautiful, cool, spooky but not so spooky banner to go over my white front mirror at the front. I'm definitely into kind of like the more Victorian antebellum Halloween style decor. I don't like a lot of spooky monsters, you guys. It scares me to death, but I do love a pretty Halloween decor, and I do love to get in the spirit because I know my kiddos love it. So what we're doing is I'm taking this Nike shoebox and I'm just putting some contact paper on it, and I'm going to cut 3 pieces. I just took apart the Nike shoebox, and then I'm using the bottom of the box and just covering it in that contact paper. So now that I have 3 sections about the size of my little skull head here that came out of that little mirror frame, I'm just going to go ahead and draw it in a circle, this because I want the banner to be all the same size, and then I just want to go ahead and cut that out. It's super easy here. So once you have your pieces all cut out, go ahead and punch 2 holes in the top of each piece. And then I wanted to reuse those boo letters that I took off of the witch hat wreath that I didn't care for at the time, but I'm actually going to use them on this little banner that I'm creating. So I'm just going to hot glue the boo letters to these pieces of cardboard contact paper, and you guys can get creative with this. You could add, you know, some lace around this, or just doll it up however you please. I chose to be a little bit simple with this because I am going to add some laces and some burlap in and along the actual banner part. And then I did decide to add the skull. You guys, we are actually the Pirates. My kiddos' sports team are the Pirates, so usually I don't do a whole lot of skulls, but I thought, hey, why not, with the booze? Super cute, super Halloweeny, and also kind of in the spirit of our local football team. So now I'm just taking a piece of lace and I'm winding it in through those little punched holes that we made. And then I'm just going to take I chose strips of burlap, I chose strips of lace, and then actually my daughter was giving away one of those Dollar Tree dollar bags, and it was in a striped material, so I just cut out strips of that bag because it was kind of icky and not really worth giving away. And then I just tied it on. So I used a piece of burlap, I used a piece of the striped fabric, and then I used a piece of the lace, and then another piece of the striped fabric. And the striped fabric wasn't long enough for me to tie on, so I actually just ended up gluing that on. But I left it to where there was a loop on there to where I could kind of move the banner back and forth. I hope that makes sense to you guys, but it really came out super precious, and it was absolutely the perfect size to go above my entryway mirror and create this darling little kind of entryway buffet table scape that I'm going to share with you guys. So I am just loving how this banner came out. It's so festive for this season, and I also used that Dollar Tree buffalo checks plaid scarf for my entryway table. Super perfect for this little black and white motif, and I am just loving it. And now I'm just going to share with you guys, I created this really super awesome little Halloween kind of tablescape floral, I guess you would call it, to put at my buffet table. And I really wanted to challenge myself, you guys, to just use everything that was already in my stash. So I already had this little Dollar Witch's Guide book, and what I wanted to do is take one of those Dollar Tree chargers, and I had this piece of foam already as well. And so I just glued the foam to the Dollar Tree charger, and then I took the front part of that book off, because this was actually my favorite part of this, was the little Witch's Guide, Potions and Poisons. And my mom had given me these gold goblets from a garage sale, a church sale actually, she picked up. And so I'm just going to hot glue those on, and I ended up hot gluing the book to the side. And now you guys have seen me do this before in other videos, but I'm just taking and I'm ruffling this deco mesh, and this is about a 36-inch cut. This is the 6-inch deco mesh that I found at Dollar Tree. It was floating around in my stash, and like I said before, you guys, I really want to use everything that I already have. So I just went ahead and went for it with this. Definitely a little bit of a challenge because I don't do a whole lot of oranges and purples, but for Halloween, this was the perfect fit. So, and now after I ruffle up all of those little bundles, I ended up making about 5 to 6 bundles out of the rest of that roll. I'm just taking the little twisty tie. I used a pipe cleaner, but you guys can use pretty much any little twisty tie on these, and I'm tying it onto the front part of the goblet and then over here to the side, and then I'm just going to kind of pick it in and around this entire arrangement. And now I'm just digging into my craft stash some more, and I found this cute little Dollar Tree polka dot burlap ribbon, and then I also had this little black cat tail left over from an old Halloween costume that I added into this. And I'm just picking in some of those extra pieces that I had used on that garland for my entryway. This was that black and white strapped fabric from the Dollar Tree bag that I cut apart. Remember, I'm challenging myself to only use what I have, you guys. So I also picked in some little strips of burlap, just some of those extra pieces that I had left over from the garland. And get creative with this, you guys. Just use whatever you want in your floral. And I really wanted to use those goblets too for candy to fill for my kiddos. And so I left those empty, and I'm going to share with you guys what I did with those after I share with you guys the finishing up of this beautiful little arrangement. And then I also used that pumpkin topiary that I created in my Pumpkin Palooza in the back part of this darling arrangement. And there's those cute little pale pink painted skulls. You guys, those were so perfect. They came in like a big bag of like 10 or 20, and I painted mine, of course, pale pink. And then there's some of those apples that I also painted on my 10 DIY. Those are going to also reappear in some of my Christmas decor. And then I'm just going ahead and using that Dollar Tree scarf. You guys, I love this buffalo check plaid scarf. I guess it's buffalo check or maybe gingham. Anyway, you guys, I am loving this. It's perfect for my entryway table. It matches perfectly with that little garland, and there is my wild floral. It did end up being kind of wild, but again, you guys, my kiddos came home and they were in heaven. All the little candy touches and all the little whatnots just really tripped their trigger, and they really thought it was festive and super exciting to see. And that is exactly what I was going for. I really wanted them to come home. And this is this really cute little sculpture that my daughter made in her art class. I had to share that with you guys because she is so creative and such a talent. And thank you all so much for all of the kind comments on the DIY video that she helped me do with the origami paper rose. You guys were so sweet because she is so talented, and I'm so I just adore her. We have been crafting for years together, and there's that little origami paper rose. I did add it to the top of this arrangement. I thought it just was so pretty and so perfect. And of course, you guys know me, I have to add in some roses to pretty much every arrangement that I do. And there's that witch's brew bottle that I shared with you guys in another DIY episode. So there you have it, my little impromptu Halloween spooky, not so spooky entryway table. I hope you guys are really loving it. Comment and let me know what you think. for this next Dollar Tree DIY decor, I'm just reusing one of those 8x10 Dollar Tree frames. I had cut this Gather Together sign out and made this for my fall decor, and it's actually going to reappear for Thanksgiving, but for Halloween for the next 2 weeks, I had this cool idea to just go ahead and frame some of that contact paper. I'm using the top part of the Nike box that I had cut on for that garland, and I'm just going to cover the box with the contact paper. Now, I did try and reuse the contact paper where the roses were. I really feel like that's the prettiest part of this paper, and I know a lot of you guys said that you had this paper. I encourage you to get it out and do a craft with it. It is really pretty, and it just makes a really nice statement, especially this time of year. So you guys can see me trying to find the rose part of this paper, and I just used my fingernail actually to kind of draw a line for where I needed to cut the paper out. Definitely it wasn't exact. If you're really exact, you may want to grab like a ruler, but I just went ahead and applied the contact paper and then trimmed out the edges, and then I did end up having to trim a little bit more because that sign was a little bit larger than what I had remembered. But I found this really cute picture of my kiddos with mustaches on. I don't remember at all why they had the mustaches. They weren't dressed up for Halloween, but I thought it was kind of a funny photo to frame for the next 2 weeks and kind of in the spirit of Halloween with those mustaches. And honestly, this photo just super makes me smile. So I hope you guys are loving it. This is just a fun, easy way to redo some decor in your home and make a different focal point with different colors. So there you have it. I'm putting it on top of my little craft stash table, and there's those roses that Mr. Romantic got me for my anniversary. They're really starting to bloom out nicely, and also thank you guys for all the anniversary wishes. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I am using some of that leftover tinsel that I took off of my witch hat wreath, and I'm just kind of wrapping it and then looping it around this pink pumpkin. This pink pumpkin was also on top of my craft stash table, and I really wanted to tie in kind of a little bit of some black and a spooky, not so spooky motif. And so now I'm just creating kind of a cute little bow. I just tied a shoelace bow for this bow, and this is that Dollar Tree polka dot ribbon. And I also had some lace in my stash. You guys know me, I love my laces, and so I'm also looping that around and tying that on as well. I thought this was just a great way to keep my pinks, but also bring in some of those blacks and laces and kind of Victorian feel. So I'm just cutting out one of those tea stain dyed folders, and I decided to add Boo to a little label on top of this. You guys, glittering pink is about as spooky as I get, really. But I thought it turned out so cute and so perfect, and it really matches in with some of these black and white accent pieces that I'm putting into my Victorian antebellum shabby chic Halloween home decor. That pillow that we made out of that Dollar Tree scarf. You guys check that video out too. That was a super fun video, and here are some really cute little mini witch hat legs that I found at Dollar Tree. Actually, I'm really happy that Dollar Tree was behind on putting their stuff out because I think these would have been sold out normally. these actually I did pick up. I picked up these witch hat legs, the bats, and the candy. So I did actually break my rule and splurge on those couple little things, but they turned out so cute and sparkling. And I've been crazy over this floral that I created on my mantle, so I really didn't want to do much with that, but I did want to add those little purple touches and that little cute witch that just happened to land her broomstick right in the middle of my floral. Anyway, so there's those little ghosts, and I just put a little kind of purple light back behind them, and there was that skull also that I found. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I am just taking that big piece of adhesive that I hauled in my Christmas video, and I've never worked with this larger piece, but it was amazing, you guys. So this is just one of those Dollar Tree LED candles, and this was super easy. I cut it to fit the candle, wrapped it around, and that was it. And I was actually really super impressed and super surprised by how well the adhesive stuck. Now I did overlap it onto the candle so it had something to stick to, but how beautiful and glitzy and glam. This is definitely going to reappear in my Christmas decor. Right now it's going in my spooky Halloween tablescape, so I hope you guys are loving this as well. Super easy and only cost about $2. Love that. So what did you guys think about these Halloween DIYs? And I also just want to thank you guys so very much for all of your love and support. It totally means the world. This is who I am and this is what I do. And for any of you guys even to kind of think that it's fun and cool and all of your kind words, man, you guys are just totally blessing my heart. You make me feel so sparkly and happy, and I'm just very, very, very thankful for each and every one of you guys. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. So if you guys are new, go ahead and click the subscribe button if you want to join me on this journey, and little bell if you want to be updated on when I post a new video. And thank you all so much, and we will talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.